Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome back to another episode of Badass Direct Sales Mastery. I am your host, your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger, helping you whip your business into shape. Today, I have with me Bethany George. Now, Bethany and I met through Michael Whitehouse, who, if you guys haven't listened to that episode, jump back, listen to the Michael Whitehouse episode after you listen to this one, and you will understand now how and why Bethany and I met, because Michael Whitehouse said, "Oh, wait, you're awesome. You're awesome. You have purple hair. She has purple hair. You two need to meet." And we met up going, okay, why are we introduced to each other? And we had the most amazing conversation. But here's what really intrigued me about Bethany, guys. She is known as the follow-up boss. And I know, Badass Crew, that is one area that many of us, and yes, I lump myself in that, that's an area in which we are currently working on, in which to grow ourselves and grow our business so that we can grow our business exponentially and expansively. So let me give you her intro. From a young age, she has always been an entrepreneur. And as an adult struggling to understand the secrets to sales success, she realized that underlying all success is a solid network of interpersonal relationships. She has since expanded on that idea to unlock the secrets to accelerating business growth, creating powerful partnerships, and simplifying the sales process. So welcome to the show, Bethany.
Yay, I'm excited to be here. I always love talking with you anyway, so woohoo!
I know, right? And for anybody who isn't already following Bethany on TikTok, do it, because she has really entertaining TikToks. Infotaining, I should say, because they're educational and entertaining. She has a really fun, creative way of going about things. So I'm super excited for you to be here, Bethany.
Yes, we do.
So let's talk about this. How did you become the follow-up boss?
Well, like all stories, it starts at the beginning.
That's a great place to start, I hear.
Right? So like you mentioned in my bio, I started out as an entrepreneur. I like to say I was yay high. And for those who can't see me, I'm putting my hand approximately my shoulder height. I was very young, and I was out there doing things to make a difference, doing things to make money, doing things to help other people. I was just kind of always what can I do in order to create a win-win and find solutions and whatever. And my mom used to joke that I could sell to just about anybody, which is easy when you're a cute little girl. And then I grew up. And I have the straightest degree. I have a degree in sign language interpreting.
Oh, cool.
Right? So like that helped me become a professional. You know, it taught me how to like dress professionally and just put myself out there and literally be on stages waving my hands around. I always loved it when the hearing people would come, people who didn't know sign language at all, be like, "You did such a fabulous job." And I would be like, "Thank you." And in my head, I'm saying, "You have no idea what you're talking about." But in that degree, in that field, it's all, self-employment, contract work. And so it's kind of feast or famine a little bit. And so to supplement my income, I got into direct sales. And I did relatively well in that. And I say relatively because I struggled. I didn't know Jeannie at the time. I didn't have her coaching to help. Wish I did, but, my life would be different if that was the case. But, it was all product sales. And grew that business for a while, attempted to grow another business that was more service-based alongside it, because that's really where my heart has always been. And it didn't launch, and that's okay. I went back to a job. I don't do well in jobs.
In case y'all missed it, she's got purple and blue hair, y'all.
Yeah. And that was even before I was coloring my hair. I just asked too many questions. I've always asked lots of questions. And so when I wanted to get out of that job, I was like, okay, where can I go where I'll get valued for the work that I do, where I can make income based on that? Sales. I went into sales. So I went into corporate sales. And I went into a B2B service-based industry, direct digital marketing. Now, what's interesting is as a digital marketers are kind of seen like the used car salesman of the B2B sales space.
Yeah, a little bit. I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like right up there with people that do financial advising on LinkedIn. So when they walk in the door, you're like, I know why you're here. Go back.
Turn around. Walk out the door.
Turn around. Yes. Yeah. And with that business, the ideal client was a brick and mortar business because I specifically helped people get found through like Google searches.
Oh, right.
So I was literally walking into businesses.
Okay.
And what was really interesting is that my leadership was telling me you need to have, I'm going to do quotes, multiple touches in order to build this relationship. And I said, excellent. I'm all about building relationships. I recognize that I'm not going to sell somebody on the first sell because that's just not how most people operate.
Right.
So, but that was actually the techniques they taught us. They taught us go in, get the contact information, get an appointment, do a demo, close them. That's how they knew how to teach us, even though they were telling us we need to build a relationship. So I'd be like, this whole relationship building thing, how does that look? And they were like, I don't know. And that was the primordial ooze of the follow-up boss. Because I literally started going, how do I do this? What does this need to look like? And the way that I look at it isn't what do I, as the business owner, need to do? I look at it as what does I, as the customer, enjoy receiving when someone is trying to help me understand what they do and how they can help me. I don't want sold to. I don't want you to pitch me.
No.
I want you to explain to me and empower me so I can make that decision myself.
Yes.
And what I recognized, which is what every statistic out there will tell you, is that the touches that my leadership was telling me is you can't word vomit on somebody, which is what so many business owners do.
Yes.
And expect anything to sink in.
Right.
Because all it's going to go up is, code red, defense is up. Everything gets bounced off. Nothing goes in. So you need to drip and be gentle. And again, the word empower them.
Yes.
And this happens through follow-up because it happens through interactions and intentional engagement by taking them on a journey.
Yes. Take them on a journey. I love that because it really is. I mean, just like any relationship, there's, when we first meet, through how we build and grow relationships, right? The same is true. Again, people buy from people. They don't buy from businesses, right? The only time we buy from a business is if we go to Target, Amazon, Best Buy, whatever. We're not going to any of those because we know somebody there. We're going there because we know what we're going to get when we're there, right? But in everything else, think about it. We buy from the person, right? Yes. So now you're in on the customer journey, Bethany. You're sharing that and with the follow-up, because a lot of people in direct sales hear about the importance of follow-up. Like there's literally the phrase going around, and it was going around when I was in direct sales from 2010 to 2017, which is fortune is in the follow-up. Fortune is in the follow-up, like hammered into my head. Fortune's in the follow-up. But then they never teach us what to freaking follow, how to follow up, just like you were saying for you. So let's go through that. How can people in direct sales and network marketing and MLM begin to do, let's start with the follow-up piece, because we're going to teach the customer journey in the training in the Badass Direct Sales Moms and Dads group. But let's talk about follow-up.
I will start with this. There are 3 reasons people don't follow up.
Okay.
I had to make sure I was doing my silencer's free, but yeah. Okay. So the first reason is we're afraid of rejection.
Yep.
And that happens because of the other two fears, which is we don't know how or when or what to say.
Mm-hmm.
The third reason is we forget. We just forget.
We forget about it.
We forget about it. The third one is the easiest one to fix.
Yes.
Have a tool, have a system, have a CRM that reminds you and tracks it and shows you who you have to talk to. But the how is the number one thing that stops people that nobody teaches.
Yeah.
Everyone said the fortune's in the follow-up. You need to build know, like, and trust. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. But nobody is giving you actionable steps to do it.
Yes.
Except for me, it seems.
Except for Bethany. Bethany's going to teach you how to follow up, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So we're scared of rejection, number one. Well, one of the three, right?
One of the three.
We don't know how, when, or what to say. And then the third one is
we forget.
Yeah. So having a tool. My audience knows the tool I recommend, the tool I use, contact mapping. If you guys aren't on contact mapping or you've been hearing me say it, go to contactmapping.com/BDSM. Check it out. Trust me, y'all. It's worth it. All right. So now you have your tool. Okay, guys, you have a tool. And if not that one, have a different one. That's fine. The best CRM is the one that you actually freaking use.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely not a spreadsheet, though. I will say that. That's just going to make it harder for you. But
yeah. Spreadsheet doesn't ding at you. Spreadsheet doesn't say, go do this. That's what's great about having an actual physical tool or app.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
Sorry, I'm getting over a virus. And so y'all heard me say on Alex Onderood's episode that I'm getting over a thing. And so I'm sounding very Kathleen Turner-esque. Well, I'm literally recording this podcast literally right after the Alex Onderood one. So yes, I'm still dealing with it, y'all. I still sound a little different. You're not crazy. I mean, you might be crazy, but not about me sounding different.
This is not the symptom of that craziness.
Truth. Okay, so let's dig in a little bit on the how, when, what piece then because the fear of rejection kind of goes away if we know that we're
empowered with how to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So it's about understanding the stages that people are in. When we recognize so the early stage is you've just met them, they've just met you, nobody knows anybody.
Right.
I like to take the no, like, and trust and flip it. And it's like, no trust.
Yes.
So that first stage is like. Do you like each other? How do you get to like anybody? You have conversations. You dig in. You find relatable concepts. You talk about life. You find how you can support them and what they're doing and what their goals in life are. And you get curious.
Ooh.
Use this word, curious. That's actually the first stage, by the way.
Ooh.
Little wink. And when you are, and that's the thing, most salespeople aren't curious. Most salespeople come at you with, I got something you need to buy from me. And they're pushy and they're manipulative and they use fear tactics.
Mm.
And most of us do not like being pressured and told that we're doing something wrong and that we're destroying our lives with our choices. And, this terrible thing's going to happen. Fear.
Right.
The alternative is curiosity.
Right.
And if you use curiosity, figure out what is your own way of creating curiosity, being curious.
Yeah.
That becomes your initial follow-up.
Ooh. There you go. So what are you insanely curious about regarding the person you're getting ready to follow up with?
Yes.
Okay. And again, it's not I'm insanely curious. Do you want to buy my shit?
Exactly.
That should not be your first follow-up.
Nope. I'm trying to figure out how much I want to share here versus what I'm going to share in your group. Because the thing is, when you recognize that first stage is curious, they don't know who you are. They don't know what you do. And they certainly have no idea why they wouldn't want to buy anything from you.
Right.
So you are trying to create curiosity.
Yeah.
And when you are listening to them and when you are curious about them, they will reciprocate. There are a gazillion books about this.
Right.
Like if you ask somebody, what do you do? Generally, they'll ask, this is what I do. What do you do? Like generally that question will come around.
Right.
And even if it doesn't matter, because you don't have to do everything right away. You have to create intentional steps, intentional follow-ups, actions, so you'll get there.
Yeah, exactly. And what I've also learned is if someone never asks back about you, they are not your person.
Yes.
If they don't ask back, not your person, because they don't care to know about you, right? So it's an easy way to, I think for me, at least that's how I filter people out. Yeah. Like, oh, I've had 2 or 3 meetings with them and they've never asked about me. Right. Usually after the second one, I don't even make it to a third. So curiosity. So we've started that process. We are curious about them. We're working to create curiosity. And what's the next part that we go through? We'll go through one more, and then we'll move everybody over into the training. We're gonna create curiosity. So people want the rest of the training.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing: if you're creating curiosity with intention, at some point they're gonna ask you what you do. They're gonna find out more about it, and there hopefully will be a click, and there should be and figuring out what is it that you need people to know in order for that light bulb moment. They go, oh, that's what you do. And yes, it matches a need that I have. Which if you're curious, you know what their need is. So you can speak to the need so that they can connect the dots and have that light bulb moment. And when that happens, they move into the next stage, which is interested. Ooh. And then things get real.
Yes, things get real with interested, right? Because there's got to be that level of interest there for people to want to continue to move forward, right? Even if it's just, I'm interested in you as a human being, right? Like, why do you have purple hair? Why did you choose BDSM as your theme?
Yes.
Right? That interest level does help a lot, for sure.
Yes.
So before we continue on, because we're hitting that nice little place where we're gonna, for those who have not joined the Badass Direct Sales Moms group, it's okay. You can still go join for free. Easy to do. Make sure you answer all the questions, guys. But here's the thing. Before we go, Bethany does have a free gift for you. And guys, Badass Crew, if you don't take her up on this, you're crazy. I'm just going to say it. I said you weren't crazy before, but if you don't take her up on this, you are crazy, because what she's offering is a customer journey audit. She's going to talk to you personally. This is not a webinar. This is not an ebook. This is not a PDF. This is not another thing that's going to clog up your email. This is a personal conversation with Bethany where she's going to go through and do your customer journey audit.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, my lands, y'all. You have to take her up on this. So as you know, give us a quick overview. What's the customer journey audit so they know why they want to do it if they're not already sold on having a conversation with you? Because I'm telling them you're crazy if you don't.
Exactly. So I talk about the stages that you're going to move people through. And every business should have key markers, key things you're hitting on in each stage in order to shift people into the stages or deeper into the stages. Right. So in the customer journey audit, I literally ask you exactly what are you doing in your business right now that are those keystones? And then we figure out where are you missing and where are people just literally falling through the cracks and just like, water through a sieve. Like, where's everyone disappearing to?
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's it. I'm doing this with you. Y'all got to know, if I'm sitting here going, I need this, then you need it. I'm sorry, guys. If I need it, you need it. Because if you're listening, you're my peeps, and my peeps need this too. So that's what it is. So learning about those keystones, those benchmarks, whatever you want to call them.
Yes. Taking
people through the journey and making sure you're not dropping any potential perfect clients through the cracks. Because I can tell you, in 6 years, I've dropped some perfect clients through the cracks. It's happened. And if I've done it, I know everybody else who's listening right now has done it as well. So if you guys want to book your time with her, her link is in the show notes. So if this is your first time ever listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery show, the way you get to the show notes is grab your phone, because I know all of you guys are listening on your phone. grab your phone, as long as you're not driving, click on today's episode, scroll up just a little bit. You'll see some text that says Bethany George, and I've got her bio. But then what you're going to do is you're going to click the little see more area, and then it's going to show all the links. And my show notes writer is going to put it big and bold. It's going to say customer journey audit. Here's the link. It's a Calendly link. So you're going to get time on Bethany's calendar, guys.
Yeah.
Time is priceless. If I haven't already drilled this into your head through previous episodes, if someone's offering you their time one-on-one the way Bethany is right now, freaking take them up on it, because that is so much better than anything else that most other people are offering. So please, please, please click on the link. I'm not going to read it out to you now because you're probably driving, folding laundry, cooking food, whatever. Click on the link, book some time on her calendar. Bethany, You're amazing. I love you. This is brilliant. And what we're going to do now is we're going to stop recording this episode and we're going to jump into the training where you're going to give us the stages of the customer journey. And if you guys want to see this training, you can go to the Badass Direct Sales Moms group on Facebook. Just go search it, Badass Direct Sales Moms. And then in parentheses, it says, and dads. Because yes, we do not keep dads out. It's just to keep the BDSM thing. You know how it works, right? But Badass Direct Sales Moms group, go join it for free. Her training is going to be there for a few weeks. And then we move it into the Badass Direct Sales Mastery community, which is our paid community where all the trainings are going to live forever. And you'll have access to all of them. So Alexandra, Bethany George, I'm going to bring back many of my previous guests who have short 15, 20-minute trainings and do trainings that are just going to live in the community, plus hot seat coaching from me, plus trainings from me, all of the great things right in that community. Please go check that out. But at minimum, join Badass Direct Sales Moms group so you can see these trainings for absolutely free. So Bethany, thank you for your time here on the podcast. We so appreciate you. And let's go over into the training right now, okay? All right. Badass crew, you know how this goes. Stay tuned because there's another badass episode on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.